It's entertainment time. Brookie's got another exclusive. Brookie.
Sure do, Carlos. The new Fast and Furious film is really pulling out all the big names this time around. While I was in Rome for the premiere of the 10th movie, I got to catch up with none other than Dame Helen Mirren, who told me all about her friendship with Vin Diesel and how she begged him to have a role in the franchise.
Punch it!
You've just shot to #1 on the world's most wanted list.
What is it like being part of a franchise like this?
It's great. I mean, honestly, when I sort of stumbled into it, or rather I begged my way into it in a very shameless way, by just saying, please, why don't you put me one of your movies? You know, I'd be really good. I begged Finn for a chance. And he very, very kindly, you know, incorporated me in one, and I've managed to sort of cling on.
If you never would have gotten behind that wheel, I'd never be the man I am today. And now, I am the man who's going to break your family.
So it's in its 3rd decade now, 10th movie. And it's got the same cast, the same characters. You know, there's always more people being added.
Absolutely, it has that history, which is extraordinary. And involved in terms of filmmaking as well. However long ago it was that the first one was made, the kinds of stunts and digital effects were not available. And so you've seen the films, you know, incorporate the new technologies. And so it will be an interesting, you know, I'm sure there will be university, you know, film courses dedicated to.
Tommy, I knew you would come for me. I'm Dante. I'm Shantae. So how about we all just start shooting each other?
There's lots of things that are firsts about this franchise, which sort of, you look at it and you don't think that that would happen in the Fast franchise, like the diverse casting.
From the outset, absolutely. And I think when you look at the first one now, it doesn't look old-fashioned for that very reason. It looks absolutely of today.
And then there's, you know, like the way that the roles for women are written as well. It's quite a pioneering way to write a female character like Michelle Rodriguez. And then, you know, we're in the 10th one and there are 4 women who've won Oscars in the one movie. That's the first time that's ever happened.
Yes, probably is, yes.
That's wild, isn't it?
That is pretty amazing, absolutely. And for me personally, as an actress and as a woman watching movies through the 70s and 80s and even into the 90s, it's like I don't see myself on the screen. Or I don't see the person I would like to be, or that I wish I was, but I'm not. But there were no, you know, that it was a sort of unrecognizable, except in, you know, the first Fast. Fast was way ahead of its time.
How good is Helen Mirren? And Fast 10, guys, is in cinemas tomorrow. The wait is finally over.
Can't
Wait to watch it, Brookie. Thank you.
Well, the 10th film of the Fast and Furious franchise boasts a massive all-star cast, including the one and only Dame Helen Mirren, who has been part of it for a while now. Sydney Morning Herald's culture reporter Osman Faruqi got an exclusive sit-down with the Dame ahead of its big release.
It's the best birthday ever, to be creating magic with Dame Helen here in the middle of Rome is a dream come true.
Fast 10 is the first film to feature 4 women who've won Academy Awards. You are obviously one of them. Firstly, how does it feel to be part of that team?
I think partly because in a franchise like this, there are a lot of roles. There's a lot of possibilities, if you like. You know, it's not a small film between 2 characters or maybe 4 characters. You know, it's a big canvas. And all the characters are very big, very proactive. And I think, in general, the great respect and agency that the filmmakers give to women in general, and always have done all through the franchise.
You've just shot to #1 on the world's most wanted list.
This is your last ride. Then you might want to buckle up.
I know that you're a fan of the franchise even before you joined it. I'm really interested on your theories as to why you think it, more than almost any other franchise, has not just continued to thrive, but grown and grown?
Well, partly I think because the techniques that are available have grown and grown and grown, specifically over the last sort of 10 years. Don't know how long ago the first one was.
More than 20 years, I think.
Probably more. Oh, well,
yeah,
there you go. So, you know, what you can do on film has grown exponentially in that period of time, and the films have grown with that.
The great Dom Toretto. If you never would have gotten behind that wheel, I'd never be the man I am today. And now, I am the man who's going to break your family.
Do you think the films get enough credit, not just for diversity in that regard, but you think about race, you think about age? From day one, they've always been a franchise that reflects everyone.
Absolutely, absolutely. Totally right, and thank you for pointing that out, because that is absolutely true. And I think that's another mark of, in its natural way, because it wasn't like a political thing or a oh gosh, you know, let's have an older woman in because we haven't got any old women in it, kind of thing. It was natural to the storytelling, to their mentality and attitude to life.
Dom and Queenie have this relationship where they understand each other. They're made from the same material. She's incredibly concerned about him. She thinks he might be walking into something that might end in his death. He doesn't mind me calling him Ducky either.
I know I feel scared calling Dame Helen Mirren an older woman, but it's not just that, but you're driving cars really fast, right?
Yeah.
A few of the cast I've spoken to talk about Vin's role in terms of working with the cast, in terms of where the characters go. Has that been your experience?
I think that we just feel, and I don't know how it works with the other cast members, but we just naturally let it happen. And I think our natural chemistry that we have between us, we just allow that to sort of play out on the screen. In terms of creating the character, you know, Queenie is very much my sort of creation. She comes from my background, you know, my family, my mum's family background. She's named after an aunt of mine, and she's, you know, East End, London, you know, and that's very much a part of my background. Not the whole part, but a part of my background. So, you know, she's my little creation.
Un sueño que sea verdad. I love you, Helen.
I don't want to say anything, but Osman Faruqi met Dame Helen Mirren, and we haven't heard from him since.
I know.
So
well, he did get a compliment from her,
if
so...
you two could just calm things down.
I don't know if he's okay.
I think he is, actually.
I think he's never better. Fast 10 is hitting cinemas this Thursday. It looks awesome.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh my God. Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports, and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
That never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?